In this video, I'm going to be introducing you to what NLP is, what is the meaning of it, its definition, its history, along with an overview of its content. So to begin with, what is NLP all about? So NLP, firstly, it's about human excellence and communication expertise. So human excellence and communication expertise are two words when it comes to knowing what NLP is about. So what NLP proposes is that for becoming excellent in everything you do in life, you must need some certain tools to work with and some techniques. So when I say human excellence, I'm talking about in every situation of your life, you can do it better and faster. So that's about human excellence. And now think for a moment. What is it that successful people do that is different from unsuccessful people? And if you notice, successful people, they operate their mind in a different way than the unsuccessful ones. So you see that is exactly what NLP is all about. So NLP learning, it's like learning how to successfully operate your mind and create successful results in your life. So that is one fundamental premise of what NLP is all about. Now coming to its meaning, so when I say NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, it simply means that we all human beings, we create programs. We have programs for everything we do in life. So programs for the way you brush your teeth, the program for the way you communicate, all your habits, your emotional habits are nothing but programs in a language of NLP. And now the question is, are those programs really serving us towards achievement of our goal, or they're actually limiting us in many, many ways? So learning NLP, it's about becoming consciously aware of your existing programs and remove those programs, or maybe create new programs that will take you towards becoming who you want to be, along with achieving your goals in life. So all the behaviors that you do in your life are nothing but programs. They are patterns of the way you are thinking and the way you are behaving. So NLP, therefore, teaches you how to become consciously aware of those programs and then changing it as per your goals in life and as per the way you want to become in life. Now, to formally delve into the definition of NLP, firstly, it's an acronym that stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. So neuro refers to our nervous system. It's another word for human body, for human being. So neuro is our nervous system, and nervous system is where our body, mind, and five senses are interconnected. So when I say five senses, I'm talking about five senses like eyes to see, nose to smell, tongue to taste, ears to hear, and our body, our hand to touch. That's tactile. So there are five senses through which we receive information. So neuro refers to nervous system. Nervous system is body, mind, and the five senses. Now to demonstrate this with a simple act, let's say that I look at this pen, I pick it up, and I start to write. All right. Now to look at this pen, to notice there's this pen, it's a function of my nervous system, the neuro, to identify this to be a pen, which means I have utilized my sense of eyes to recognize the pen, and I start to write. Now something very interesting I want to talk to you about, the L part that stands for linguistics. Now before I explain, I have a question to ask you. How do I know that this is a pen? For a child, this could be any other thing. So it could also be a toy to play with. It could be a dart to play on the dart board with. It could be many, many other things. It could also be a weapon to attack with. Now my point is, this thing called as pen is actually coded in my nervous system as a pen. Therefore, that is the linguistic we are referring to. Now the act of writing with this pen is nothing but the function of the P that is called the programming. So neuro-linguistic programming, therefore, simply means that what has been the interaction of the nervous system with the linguistic code that we carry, and the program that it produces. In other words, every behavior that you do, every emotion that you have is nothing but a program that is determined and influenced by your neuro-linguistic. All right. In fact, to make things more interesting, or if I can invite, so in this explanation, I can invite Mr. Bean's example. So if you've seen the movie clip from Mr. Bean, that he is at a traffic signal and he spots a motorcyclist who responds to Mr. Bean's gesture of thumbs up with a middle finger. But then what's interesting is that Mr. Bean does not create any emotion of negativity or anger, which conventionally would. So in other words, in NLP words, Mr. Bean's emotions are not affected by it because he doesn't carry the linguistic code of the meaning of that gesture of middle finger. So now NLP put together, it's about understanding how have we programmed ourselves in life. For all the things we do in life, they're nothing but programs. And now, very interestingly, I want to tell you this, that majority of the programs that you have in your life are not by your conscious choice. You have been programmed by your parents, from your memories, from the media, from the politicians, from the cultures. So we are having our programs in life and they are not our chosen programs. So what NLP does, it gives you an opportunity to be able to be conscious of your existing programs and then change it according to your goal. So you can remove or uninstall a program that is no longer serving you or limiting you in many ways. Or you can also learn how to recreate and reinstall new programs that take you towards the goal that you want to accomplish, be it the problem you want to solve or you want to reach and accomplish, attain your goals. Now, talking about its history, so NLP started in the 1970s, in California by two gentlemen, Richard Bandler and John Grinder. Richard Bandler being a mathematician and a computer programmer, and John Grinder was a linguistic professor then. So now these two gentlemen, they started to curiously observe and think that what is it that successful people do that makes them successful in everything they do, or some things they do. So they started to observe people who are successful in life. Now, alongside these two gentlemen, there's another fine contributor to NLP, the guy named Frank Puslik. Now, all these three people, they started to observe others to see what successful patterns they carry. And they realized that in order to create success in life, you must have patterns of right way of thinking that is inside and the right way of communicating and behaving that's on the outside. So they started to model people. So when I say the word model is a fantastic concept of NLP for the way it began in the 1970s, that modeling is a concept that tells you how to recognize successful patterns in people who are successful in their lives, and then creating a model and teaching it to others. So Richard Bandler, Frank Puslik, and John Grinder, they became very curious into observing famous people then, people like Milton Erickson, who was the world's most renowned and a fantastic hypnotherapist, and Virginia Satir. She was a family counselor who had excellent communication and she could produce excellent results in people, alongside Fritz Perls. Now, Fritz Perls is a founder of Gestalt therapy. Now, what Richard Bandler, John Grinder, and Frank Puslik did, they started to observe patterns of these people, which means they started to see what kind of communication patterns these people have. Not only communication, they also checked their behaviors, and more interestingly, they started to observe their internal thought patterns as well. And that is the beginning of NLP. Now, as the model grew, it took a lot of interest from other contributors. So other people like Robert Dills, Gregory Bateson, Leslie Cameron Bandler, Judith Delosier, Voigt Woodsmall, and many others, they started to together create this NLP model, joining the team of Richard Bandler, John Grinder, and Frank Puslik. Now, all of these people, they contributed in their own ways to make this model a working model. Now, fast forward, NLP today stands more than 5 decades of constant evolution and iterations. And today what you see, the NLP model, it's a precise model to create human excellence and communication expertise. And now what's very interesting about NLP is that it is not one theory, it is not one discipline. So NLP is also called as a multidisciplinary synthesis of knowledge that pertains to human excellence and communication expertise. So it is derived from various fields like general semantics, computer programming, cybernetics, linguistics, communications, metaphors, hypnotherapy, gestalt therapy, and also quantum physics. And there are also other disciplines. So now, having said that, so don't worry about all these terms. It's not all the theories that you will learn. So NLP is simply a derivation and extraction of all these various disciplines that is converted into simple tools and techniques that one can apply in almost everything they do in life and make it an excellent experience and make it a successful endeavor. So this is what NLP is about.